what happened? It's your homeboy Quetzalcoatl hitting you up with another video. Today we're talking about Kelly Pavlik. Not so much about Kelly Pavlik's boxing career, but more about Kelly Pavlik's personal life. As you may already know, Kelly Pavlik is the former undisputed middleweight champion. After, reaching that type of success, he was able to defend his title a couple times up until the time right up until Sergio Martinez. But prior to that, he fought Bernard Hopkins at a catch weight, and both in the Sergio Martinez fight and in the Bernard Hopkins fight, Kelly Pavlik took some bad beatings in those fights. In both of them, both fighters were clowning on him. They was doing like the shit Roy Jones be doing. You know what I'm saying? And I think those really had a personal effect on Kelly Pavlik. From reaching stardom so fast and being at the top and then going down the way he did. I think those were part of the things that, if you haven't heard in the news, if you haven't seen the news lately or been following boxing, after those losses, Kelly Pavlik, pretty much started getting into alcohol a lot. He became a heavy drunk. He started getting arrested for DUI. He started going to rehab. This nigga was drinking so much, I started thinking he was Mexican. But it got to a point to where it was looking really, really bad for Kelly Pavlik. And luckily, he's been able to get out of that now. He's training with Robert Garcia, and I think that's going to be a big turnaround for him. He's in a different environment. He's not in his hometown anymore. He's out here in Cali. And I think just being in a different environment, because part of that, part of the reason he said that he got into alcohol and all, and all of that was because, of where he was living. So hopefully, that changes for him, and I think that it's great to see somebody come out of a situation like that. But, I think that, you should be able to have some fun with it too, If he were to embrace, his drunkenness or his past drunkenness, I think it'd be kind of cool, as far as his nickname. Right now his nickname is Kelly the Ghost Pavlik. But, if he had like some alcohol-related nicknames and shit, I think that'd be kind of cool, like Michael Buffer announcing this motherfucking and shit, like, Kelly, Ice Cold Pavlik. That'd be a pretty good nickname for that nigga. And, he could have like fucking, like on his shorts, nigga could have like Bud Light and Coors and all that shit. Like in his corner, like he don't got a trainer. This nigga got like a bartender and shit, like mixing him drinks in between rounds and shit. Another name right now that comes to mind is Kelly Down the Hatch Pavlik. Another one, Kelly, One for the Road Pavlik. Kelly, will the defendant please rise Pavlik? And the last one, he could come out with some rappers and shit, and it could be like, Kelly, popping bottles Pavlik. He come out with the rappers and shit, nigga pouring drinks on bitches and shit. But I mean, he could really play around with it, you know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, it's great to see Kelly Pavlik back. I hope he does some good things. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit the like button and the motherfucking subscribe button. If you got some more nicknames for Kelly Pavlik and shit, go ahead and put them up, post them motherfuckers. And this is Quetzalcoatl signing the fuck on out.